hardest things, wait, before I start, like, subscribe, click all the buttons, you know the drill. One of the hardest things about rebuilding something is when there's nobody's making parts for it anymore. Well, I had this problem because, I'll show you on here. On here, see, I'll use this one as an example. In order to put this bike back together, there's a seal that goes in here. This is the original gunky one here. See, it goes in there. It keeps the triple clamp dust from going. For some dumb reason, they don't make this anymore. They make all the balls and all the other stuff, but they don't make this. Like, come on now. So, I have, this one's got a little, see, I have one greasy one here. Another super greasy one. I have 3 of them. Old ones. They don't look like they really corrode. These are probably 40 years old. But it took me a month of searching eBay to see if I could find a new old stock one. And to see if it fits in here. And these are just some of the problems of nobody makes the seal. So I don't know if it goes in that way or the other way. I don't remember which way it goes in. But one of the joys of having a bike is, guess what? Get this shit off here. Knowing which, I'm assuming it doesn't go in that way. I mean, it could, right? I think I forgot to take a picture, but one of the annoying things is that there's like always one thing that it's like there's a clutch adjustment cover cap. They don't make them anymore, and I see them on eBay for like $70, and I'm going, huh? And then there's another guy in there that sells them for like $33. It's a little plastic thing this big, $33. So anyway, I'm just happy because I managed to find one just by eyeballing it, and I want to see how big and what size it is. So it is what it is. It's just, I try to find out what's not available and just try to hunt it down so that, and it's basically problem by problem. In some cases, it's better to buy a whole new freaking donor bike to find a part than it is to just like buy it. Like there's differentials and big parts that I can understand why they're expensive, but at some point when you're paying $300 for one part and there's bikes out there for $1,500, you must buy the whole bike. This is my logic because it's just crazy. So anyway, now that I know I have these, I have this perfectly good one, and I have 3 ugly ones. This should be good. See? So I have at least 4. I have 3 bikes, and one's going to come out of there. Those 2 need one, and there's another one that's going to get fixed, so I have an extra one. They're not cheap either. Believe it or not, I paid $10 for this. I don't think the guy knew what the hell he had. Thankfully. Thankfully. Uh-oh. I put it in the wrong bag. Oh no. So sometimes it's a pain in the butt just trying to find parts. Like I look for a little rubber thing and I forget what it was, a little rubber part. And then the worst part is you look online, you find a little rubber piece. It's like $40. You can't find it. And then somebody online tells you, oh yeah, by the way, so-and-so sells it for like $10. You're like, really? Thanks. So, but it's kind of fun. I've never done this before. Like I had my Austin Mini rebuilt, but someone else did it. It wasn't me. I would never rebuild a car again. Like, if I had money, I would, but I don't have money, and I ain't got the money anymore. I ain't got a problem anymore. So it was fun. It's a nice car, but I don't know if I want to sell it or not. Don't even be watching this video, Carl. Carl's watching. He's like, I'll buy it off you. I should sell it for the bottom drops out in the world, and nobody wants to buy cars. So, this is the other thing I gotta do. I gotta sort ball bearings. You want to know why? Because some are corroded and some are fine. I need 36 of them. I don't think there's 36 good ones in there, but I order some more of those. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, toodles, and enjoy.